Yes, yes, yes. This is Yasha Business Real. Once again, with my man Erik Scientist. And we about to get busy with y'all here. We're having us here an open mic discussion. Where we could just sit back, relax, you know, and just get it in. Yo, Erik, what it do, man?
Yeah, that's the Madscientist, man. Y'all can check me out on Facebook, TikTok, Bing, um, and Instagram is True Hot 30. My Twitter is ET Mad Scientist, and then my YouTube is LDC TV 804. So y'all check all them out. We got great information on all forms.
Yeah. Yeah, this is open mic discussion. We just gonna sit back, relax, and just sit back and just get it in. Me and my brother Erik. So what's been going on in the hood, man?
Nothing chilling. Just been working.
Yeah,
And then doing getting on the different kind of platforms. I've been on Chrome TV. I went on Lions Den. I've been on Lions Den. So
yeah,
and I've been working online.
I see a lot of brothers, man. A lot of brothers, man, for the Lions Den, man, is reaching out and expanding, going on other people's platforms. I like that. That's ambassadorism. you know, I
Yeah,
like
just
that.
yeah, just watch out. I just tell people to watch out because there's a lot of people who are teaching falsely, and man, it's bad out here. Like I had to leave because of the things I was being told, and it just didn't make sense, and I can't. So it's just y'all be careful who y'all platforms are getting on.
Yeah,
'Cause they teaching weird
yeah,
stuff out here.
yeah. Brother Jonathan, I talked to him today, Jonathan Taylor, and he went on the show, and I should pull the video up, and they were talking about old Aria, old Aria Yahawada. He changed his name to Aria Yehuda. That should show you that he was making a slow transition before he left. Aria realized a lot of things that he taught was wrong, you know, but Aria didn't do anything to fix it, and I think it was for a reason too, you know. Me and you were talking earlier, Erik, and you were saying something about how like you said something like how people they do things, man. You know, I don't know, man. Oh, Aria, man, he put down a lot of work, and a lot of people, man, just don't appreciate the man's work. You know, I think that he was making a transition before he left. But like we were saying, like I was trying to say earlier, man, you was talking, you know, and this brother was making a transition, man, and he went from Yahawada to Yehuda, and I was talking about almost like how you gotta falsify information in order to be heard. Eric,
Yeah,
you know, you gotta put a little myth in it, a little lies in it, you know, in order to be heard.
yeah. You
When
gotta
it when it comes to being heard, no Israelite teacher in American history was heard louder than Aria. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he the one that. I mean, without the
I'm
two
talking
things
about,
he did, the One West wouldn't even been created.
yeah. I'm saying we didn't hear from REI directly. We heard from from REI minions.
Yeah,
You know, and Aria's voice ain't no COVID over here, y'all. We smoke good greenery. You know what I'm saying? But ain't Aria's voice has been heard harder and louder than any other black Israelite in Israelite history. And it's because Aria had that fake in his information. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, you got to put a little sugar in the tank. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a little. You got to put a little. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You got to put a little lies in there, a little mystery. You know, a little pseudo.
yeah.
You know, it's like you got to mix a percentage. You know, it's like there's a percentage. I got to figure out what the percentage is. You know, you can't have too much real in there. You know,
Yeah,
not way. You can't have way too much. I mean, anything I'm thinking like over 50% is too much.
yeah.
You
When
know,
people like us who trying to make it a 90, 100%, it ain't gonna know. It could be hard.
yeah. You know, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that 100%. And we're going to demonstrate some of that 100% information tonight. You ready?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. You know, these guys ain't 100, man. But y'all don't want that. But let's get past this old man talk, man, and let's get down into the let's get down to the boogie. Hey man, what you got for us today, man?
Um, I'm looking around now, see what I can pull up. But I just wanted to say that Christian Israelites, y'all gotta stop saying that we were sacrifice. We already proved again and again that prayer was installed for animal sacrifice when we lost our temples and was in captivity. Okay, so now we ain't got temples and stuff, and before Jesus, we already had got rid of the animal sacrifice because we replaced it with prayer. Okay, that's one. Secondly, I just want to just correct Apostle when he said, Hebrew didn't say El, and El was a Canaanite god. But if you go to the verse, it tells you that Jacob came and named a statue El Elihu. Elihi. I forgot how to say his name, but El Elihu, who might, I hear Black Jesus talking about it a lot, but he claims he's saying it's a Canaanite god. I'm saying
Yeah,
with the scripture
that's
right there.
Eliyahu.
Yeah,
Is it Eliyahu?
yeah, Eliyahu. Yeah, so I mean, let me see if I can find this verse for that.
Before you could go there, you said something about that we already talk about these verses, right?
Yeah.
You know, these verses, and I want to just pull this verse up again. You know, this is a powerful verse. Before you go right there, because you said that we showed we already talked about these verses. Well, we're gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep talking about these verses, right? Extend screen. You found what you're looking for over there?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be done with you. I'll be done with this in a few minutes, and you can do what you do. First Kings 8. First Kings 8. First Kings 8. We learn through repetition. First Kings 8, 46 and 50. And if they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of their enemies, far or near. I shouldn't have to break that down. It said, if they sin against thee, if the Israelites sin against the kings of Israel, you know, if I was an Israelite in power, and if the Israelites just happen to sin against me, because they do that right now, they sin against me all day. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them. So if a man sin against me and I be angry with him, and I deliver him to the enemy, so that they carry him away as captives unto a land of their enemies. If I had power, if I was like a rich man, an employer, because an employer is a slave driver. When you look at the word abid for slave, right? It also means to work, a worker. To go to work is to go to Abuda, right? Abuda, right? Work, employment, slavery, right? If I was angry with him and sold him off into slavery, right? And they happen to be taken to the land of their enemy, far here. And this as an Israelite, because Israelites conquered, sold. The Israelites were the biggest slave drivers, just flat out, right? And they were black. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves in the land, whether they were carried captives. He talk about they, the Israelites. Yet if they, the Israelites, shall bethink themselves in the land where they were carried captives and repent, if they were to think of themselves as Israelites, right? In the land where they were carried captives, to repent and to make supplications unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned and we have done perversely, we have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee, that all their heart and all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward the land which thou givest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear, then hear, then hear thou prayers and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people that they have sinned against thee, and all their transgressions, and all of their transgressions, man, and all of their transgressions, Christian Israelites, and all of their transgressions, New Testament, Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh loving Israelites, and all their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against thee, and give them compassion before them who carried them away, that they may have compassion on them. I mean, we don't have to go through all of this stuff about sacrifice birds, doves. We ain't got to do that, man. The sacrifice is over with. So, Eric, take over the mic and do your thing because you mentioned that we have talked about this.
Yeah.
You mentioned it, and I am going to talk about it. So now
Yeah.
I've talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it, and I mean, it's like we got to keep drilling it to them because they try to ignore it. But hey, this right here, this is just for. I showed this before, but this is just for apostle. It's like I'm just saying we got to start reading the whole thing. We got to start studying all. You can't just study in what we want to study to try to make us feel right. And I think that's what
That
debating.
feel good doctrine.
Yeah, I think that's what debating has did a lot did too. That people have stopped studying and only studying for a certain reason now. But he said Hebrew didn't have El in it. He said the Canaanites worship El.
Now, who said this? Call him
Apostle,
out.
apostle.
Apostle,
Yeah,
Apostle Zaken.
yeah.
Okay,
He said El is not in the Hebrew language. You know what I mean?
Apostle Zaken, you are
Yeah.
elder. You are elder brother. I hope you're watching because my brother Erik has some information he'd like to express with you. We got Yahweh in the house
He should have
saying
that.
shalom, elder. And the elder says shalom to you, Yahweh.
Yeah. So I heard Apostle say on last day that
Proceed.
L's not in. Yeah, I
Y'all
said I heard.
hit that like, excuse me. Yeah, hit this important. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Most important, we on the subscription drive. Subscribe to this channel, people. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, he was saying that Hebrew wasn't El wasn't in Hebrew, and that the Canaanites versus El we didn't have no El, right? So I just wanted to show this scriptures. This is one scripture right here. And
Something
Jacob
happened with
came.
your mic. Hold up. Something happened with your mic for about 3 seconds while you
Can
was
you hear me?
talking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan. When he came from what's that word
Your
right
mic going
there?
in and out.
Okay.
Eric, your mic going in and out. Maybe,
Can you
maybe,
hear me
maybe
now? Can you
talk a
hear?
little light. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's going in and out. Maybe talk light a little, so you don't
Uh,
shock the mic. Maybe.
Hold on. Let me make sure because
Then we're gonna try to see what we can do to get you clear because it's
can
choppy.
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Let me make sure.
Then we're gonna try to see what we can do to
Yeah,
get
it might be
clear
your
because
joint.
it's
You might gotta go in
choppy.
and out because I'm listening to it on
Yeah.
YouTube. They can hear it. It's loud.
Something
But
going on where there's an echo. I just removed my thing. Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't hear nothing. Okay. Oh yes. Something was making it choppy. Okay. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
Yeah.
And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, where he came from Padanaram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he brought a parcel of field where he had spread his tent, and at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money, and he erected there an altar and called it El Elihu Israel. Genesis 33:20. Can you hear?
Yeah. We had the wrong. I had the wrong hookup up. I thought I got rid of it.
Oh, okay. So my joint up now.
Yeah, it's up now.
All right. Let me read that again.
Yeah, because it's what it's all right. It's all right because it's seeing,
Yeah.
reading, seeing, and the connection between the words
Yeah.
and the spoken word and the written word. It has an effect on the mind and the memory.
Yeah.
I mean, something probably great. Probably the greatest thing that we have now to reflect the knowledge and
Shalom DOA. Shalom DOA.
the way the knowledge was transferred in the past. Let's send DOA the link. I know he want to come in. That's the homie. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah.
I put the link back up.
Okay.
It's okay. You control it the way you got it.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
see it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna send a link to DOA.
Okay.
DOA in the house.
Yeah, that was just
The
wanted to
hit
show that
squad.
because he was saying the L wasn't in the can. It was a Canaanite god and all this other stuff, and you know what I'm saying. This shows that Jacob came in and named the altar El Elohu Israel. Okay, so I'm just showing that for one, this shows that he was said that he said El. You know, so I don't know what I just and I talked to the elder. You know, he speaks the Hebrew. So he's saying that that's not true either. So I just wanted to correct Apostle on that because I don't want people to go around teaching something that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
What apostles issue? Apostle is becoming greater and greater and greater every day. I mean, I'm watching Apostle grow. Hey,
Yeah, he learning.
DOA, I sent you. Okay, he said he'll be on in about 6 minutes. Yeah, I sent you the link. Yeah, Apostle is getting stronger and stronger. You know, the Lord has sent him and placed him around, solid men like myself. And I'm watching Apostle grow, you know. So I don't have an issue with Apostle. But Apostle, one thing, like I was telling you, there's two things. It ain't one thing, it's two things. If you want to expand that mind, don't you know how you exercise your arms and do push-ups, and the more you do push-ups, the bigger your arms get, and chest and stuff, right? The more you better you exercise, the more you use and exercise that organ in those tissues in that body. Well, the mind, the brain works that way too. It's a muscle too. Brother Tory is in the house. Shalom, Brother Tory. The mind is a muscle, and it works that way too. And the two best ways that I know of to expand your mind, number one, is to learn a foreign language, and number two, to learn how to play a musical instrument. Those two things will expand your mind greatly. And I'm saying that to say that Elder Apostle Zakane needs to take a modern Hebrew class. And if he think that there's anybody out there to teach ancient Hebrew, he need to take an ancient Hebrew class. Because I'm here to tell you, General Yohana ain't got it. The people who had that stuff was Ariana. Ariana had people that could go ahead and work that stuff out. And I'm gonna tell you who else had people that could do it. House of David. House of David had people that was trying to work it out. My thing is, Apostle, take a language class, man. You don't even got to take Hebrew, take Arabic, right? Or take Spanish. Take a linguistic class. I'm giving language classes, and I'll be giving late. I think I'm gonna start tomorrow. I might even start tonight. Over on Facebook in the Yasha Ben Israel linguistic class course we got going on. But today or tomorrow, I will be starting. We got DOA in the house. What up, DOA?
Shalom, shalom. What's going on here?
Chilling, chilling. I'm just letting everybody know that I'm going to be teaching the Hebrew language, and I'm going to be teaching the Arabic language, and
All
I'm going
right.
to be teaching the Canaanite language. I'm going to start tomorrow.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Okay, I'm going to start tomorrow. and I'm gonna take maybe 1 hour. That's it. 1 hour out of the day. Oh, the comments is banging, y'all. I'm gonna take 1 hour out of the day, to make at least, you know, 1 hour out of the day, maybe twice a week, to be able to teach you all some elements. And I guarantee y'all, if y'all work with me in 6 months, we all will be talking. We'll be talking to each other and able to conduct words and sentences. And the more we do it, we will be better. So I'm gonna
We
read
go
this. I'm gonna read
I'm
this real quick from Yahweh. Yahweh said, I feel blessed that the Most High gave me the ability to naturally be able to draw and paint. So I write in other languages with a natural sense of understanding. Uh, 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 he also said, but I write in Phoenician alphabet and in the ancient Egyptian alphabet. I write in the Aramaic. Awesome. This is what I'm talking about. And my mind receives it easily for some reason. Because it's an easy thing to do. And we're going to
hey,
start demonstrating this. I show
hey,
Eric it.
Yasha.
Yeah.
Give him a little sample. Look, I pulled it up right here. Give him the little sample of what you told me yesterday about this verse.
Okay.
So they know you ain't. So they know you ain't bullshit. You know what I mean? Let them see. This a little like 5 minute jump. Ain't gotta be
What's
long.
that? Wayilma Elohim Neose Adam. Wayilma Elohim Neose Adam. Wayilma Elohim Neose. Could they say Naasa? We as Afro-Asiatics say Neose.
Oh,
They
and tell
say,
them tell them why you were saying why you were reversing the language like you told me because of the way they did it in this book.
I don't understand your question again.
Because it's saying Elohim Wayomi, but you're saying Wayomi Elohim.
Oh,
You explained that to me
okay.
yesterday.
Okay, you got the Wa, right? Wayilma, right? See, in Hebrew, you can actually construct a whole sentence in one word in Hebrew, right? And you can say many words in one word in Hebrew. Wayilma, right here. You see the cursor? You see me pointing the cursor here?
Yeah.
Okay. Wa, that's one word. That's and, right? And this is a mistranslation, right? Because in order for it to be and said, it would be y minus this ye right here. You see that yod? You see where my cursor is pointing at?
Yeah. I'm doing
You,
this for you.
huh?
Yeah, I'm doing it for you.
Yeah. You got the y. You got the y, which is the y. That's and. That's just straight a w or u or even an o maybe. It's y, right? You got y ye. That's why ye, not why yo. Okay, because ye is he. So that's a mistranslation. It's not why yo Omar. It's why and ye. He said, and he say, or and he said. Right. This here translation says and said. What about this second alphabet right here? We reading from left to right, starting after the 26. The very second alphabet is not even being translated here, right? And this is why I try to tell y'all that every English translation that you have is mistranslated. This is a mistranslation. That's not Wa Omar, right? Wa Omar is and said. That's why ye Omar, not why yo Omar, right? That's why ye Omar Elohim. This is why I don't understand you white folks when they talk, when they come to me talk about why yo Omar, why yo Omar, what, why yo America? I don't understand what the hell they saying. It's why ye Omar Elohim, why ye Omar Elohim ne ose. not Naasa, Neose. Wayilmar Elohim Naose Adam. And he said, Elohim, let us make, allow us to make, let us make, we shall make, right? Because that's Naose. The Na is a contraction for Anaknu, right? We, us. So the noon, the first alphabet starting from right to left, right? The first English, the Hebrew alphabet, go down. Yeah, that's nah. That right there is a contraction for anaknu, right? We, us, right? It's a contraction, and it's contracted from anaknu to nah. When if it's a prefix here, it's the beginning of a word. We na ose, we do, we make, we accomplish. Adam, Adam, we make Adam. And he said, Elohim, we made Adam. We make Adam. That's the most proper translation you can get of that, right? But English, for some reason, has to falsify it. So I'm just showing you, when you learn Hebrew from me, you'll be able to break this down like that. It's not why yo Amir Elohim na asa Adam. It's why Yirma Elohim and Neo say Adam. Right?
Oh, oh, oh. The hell?
What happened?
No, no, somebody sent me a message. I ain't even see that shit.
Watch it out, man. We trying to be clean over here.
Oh yeah, my bad.
We ain't cussing unless we beating people up. Why Yilma? That's 3 damn words in that one word right there. That's not one word, right? That's why and ye. You see that up there it says yo, but it failed to translate yo because yo means he or ye means he. Why ye Omar, right? And he said Elohim, and he said the powers, the powers and the mighty and the strength said, we made man. We make man. That's the most proper translation of that you're gonna get, man. And that's a little bit different from and God said, let us make man. Do you see the science? The science is involved in what I got to say. And God, it should have been, and God, he said. What happened to the ye right there? The yo. They didn't even translate that. Go ahead. Finish your thing, man. I did what you asked me, man.
Yeah, I just really wanted people. I just want people to see that. So when y'all, when y'all want to learn Hebrew, go hit this man up. I'm letting you.
أنا أتكلم بالعربية, which means I speak Arabic. وأنا مدبريت إبري رابطو اختار تمام, which means I speak Arabic and Hebrew very well. And I said that sentence in both of those languages. I'm the one that y'all should be sitting up here listening to, learning from. But y'all don't want to, I don't want y'all to follow me. I want to be able to talk to you and to be able to get you to see what I see. And you'll never see it in this Europeans white man school of thought. I'm about to open up a channel tomorrow, and it's going to be called Israelite Thought. Yasha's Israelite thought. Now watch how many people steal that.
Hmm.
Y'all keep your eyes open, man. Should it be hey, Tim? Should it be Yasha's Israelite thought, or should I just make my new channel, my new channel, Israelite thought, or Yasha's Israelite thought?
You could do that, or mix it like a Hebraic thought, because people have to learn the Hebraics, and I'm not
Hebrew
talking.
thought. There
Yeah,
it is, right there. There it
they
is.
have to learn how the Hebrews actually thought, not like when you ball up every nation together, that's not the truth because we don't always think like each other. But one thing about the Hebraics is something that it's like our slang and
Yeah.
set apart from the other nations. That's where you can get a good understanding of when you're reading something. If you apply Hebraics to it, your the way you would
I
be
picked up
actually
my job.
speaking, your thought pattern.
Rodney Gaston in the house. Me and Rodney used to do that hip hop stuff, y'all. Y'all don't understand, man. But hey, we had me and this cat to tell you, we inspired all the hip hop people from in Detroit, from Eminem to the Cheddar Boys, to Sada Baby, to the West Side Cheddar Boys, to 42 Doug. Man, these guys, me and this guy right here, them guys right there, boy. Hey, Eric, go do your thing, man. You there?
Yeah, yeah. I'll be right back.
I see you got some elaborate information up there. So I'm just gonna sit back and let you do your thing and run these chats.
Yeah, I was just showing the thing that it's just that I don't know if y'all really know about this. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know, but I can't really explain what it is. I forgot. It's supposed to be
Is
a
that the
Georgia
Georgia
Gap.
Guidestones?
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
go ask you what you think about this, because some people say it was evil.
I don't think nothing about it, man. I think
Well,
I
Well,
think
it's
I was
gone now.
actually,
It's
I was
gone
I
actually,
now,
think
so it don't
I
matter.
think what the kids that's born today gonna think about that.
I mean, it's blew up now. They can't shit.
It's
It's
gone.
gone.
It's gone. It's dust.
Somebody blew it up. But it's supposed to have
This is
eight languages.
where
It's supposed to have.
he said this is where the phrase urban niggas come from in Hebrew. It means black kings. Yes, I did. I had wrote one of my albums. I said any GUS niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things and lay it flat down on the motherfucking table. I hate to kill another brother like Cain and Abel, Cain, Abu, English or Hebrew. I break niggas like crack when I dick them to a dope ass rap with dope ass tracks. I go get stacks. I relax and max and something else. It's just so long ago, man. I ain't rapped in years. Yeah. I used to be translating Hebrew in my old rap songs 20 years ago, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, somebody can pull up something. I gotta go do something real quick though.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just
He
here
said
listening
this is
in.
where the phrase yeah, man. Yeah, with that the Georgia Gallstones, man. I don't think nothing of that stuff, man. Because it's over with now.
Yeah, they're gone now. And besides, you know that we ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they were trying to control us.
Hmm.
They were trying to limit us.
And besides, they try to make it like they didn't know who
You know what I'm saying?
instructed it anyway.
Hey, this is what he said. Rodney said the Guidestones were the Masonic pagan monoliths, a new world monument to mark a timeline. Yeah,
I believe that.
yeah.
I believe that.
Well, the good thing about it is that it has been documented in history and it has been recorded that is in history. But you know what's crazy about that? With the stupid thinking and shit that goes on with the guys like Sarnetta and them, and the breed of intellect and the breed of knowledge that they boosting over there, they playing the game like it. Hey, if there was no, we can't prove that it was there. if there's no archaeological evidence that it was there. And I'm quite sure that there's going to become a day where there's a building or something that's going to be built right over that place.
Yeah,
And there's going to
probably.
be no archaeological evidence that the gallstones was ever there.
Well,
There is
that's
now, but one day there's going to be no archaeological evidence that place was ever there. In a minute, because it's blowed up, the white man gonna start cleaning that shit up because it's trash now.
that's how they do a lot of things anyway. So later on, 20 years from now, a different generation come along, and you be talking about that, and they be like, "What are you talking about? Prove it." Like you said, there ain't no evidence of it no more. So I guess they'll say it ain't wasn't real.
Yeah,
But at
this
least you
is
have you have living witnesses of certain things that really would not go, because to say that they would try to turn around and say, well, there's other things that you could say that you don't see that was there, that you want to say it wasn't real, like that New Testament character. But it was totally different.
yeah, man. Yeah,
But no, no, what's going what's
I'm
going?
not one to argue whether it was real or not. 'Cause I don't know. I'm be
Yeah,
honest, I don't know.
yeah. That's the best way to say it. But what's going on
Like,
other
I'm
other
not three
than that?
thousand years old. I'm not 2,000. I don't know. I know that character ain't important, whether he was real or not.
Nah, like I'm trying to think of what was been the same old the DNA thing been trending and trending and trending and trending and trending, that which is not even important. It's not even scriptural, but they're making a big deal out of that so much.
Let's. You want to make a big deal out of it? Let's make a big deal out of it. I'm prepared. I'm
You know
prepared
me,
right now to
I'm
make
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna say like this: if they ain't in the scriptures, I don't even really talk about it, because it ain't in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? We already know what we have as a sign and a marker that let us know who we are. That's gonna be there
I know
forever.
Israel. I know Israel is in the scriptures.
Of course, of course.
I do know that, and I know my DNA got Israel written all on it, bro.
Hmm.
I was the first guy to bring this DNA stuff out. You know that on the Sinetta show, they wasn't ready for me. They were not ready for me. It took these guys a whole year to get ready for me. And the best thing Sinetta could bring in front of me was goddamn what's that guy name? G Man. That's the best thing he could bring to me, man.
Oh man, that guy.
I have on my YouTube page, I have a video of my DNA evidence, and I would like to show it. I just would. Is that all right with you?
Go ahead,
I would like to show it.
go ahead. Tonight is one of the nights when I'm gonna be the listener. Go ahead.
And the talker, I hope.
It depends. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got in, so I'm kind of
Yeah,
getting up to code with it. But you know me, anything can bob off.
I'm gonna pull up my genetic evidence. I took this DNA test it's been about 20 years ago now. They don't even take them this way anymore. I took it in Detroit at a place called DNA Dimensions. And the guy was so impressed with my intellect that I need to find those videos. The thing about it is that I haven't used the DVD in so long, in so long that I am certain that those DVDs don't work. But I got all the TV shows. I used to he would use me to interpret people's DNA test for them. Oh boy, I hate this computer. It's so slow.
The weather out there. The weather. You get any snow?
Nah, man, this actually feel great up here, man. I'm just afraid that we're going to get some.
Hmm.
I don't know why it won't let me pull up this video.
Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't see the chats. I had it on private chat. Now I can see what's going on. Oh man.
Oh, you over there? You over there to the left of the screen?
Yeah. Now I can see it. Now I can see it.
No, it might be to the right of your
Yeah, it's to the
screen.
right. I got it now. Yeah, I'm just reading through. See how you say it? Yahawada. And then you got Rodney Gaston. Okay. Okay. Oh,
What's that you trying to say? You trying to speak Hebrew?
No, I'm just reading a couple of things that was on
How?
the. No, I'm just reading a couple of the chats. Just perusing through the chats. So you had been on too long. So I came on just in time.
Yeah, we ain't been on that long.
Okay.
We are not. We almost getting down there, man. I have to search through all these damn videos. I've been on YouTube just a year, and I got man damn near 400 videos. That's crazy, and ain't made no money. And I ain't thinking about getting monetized. I was thinking about it, man, but they don't pay that much.
Nah, they like peanuts. Morely giving people for popularity.
I can't find my videos.
Trying to see what's the trending thing that's been going on. Not much been happening this week. Well, it's early now anyway.
There we go. Can you see it?
No, not yet. Not yet.
You see it there?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I gotta share it then.
Yeah, you gotta share it. Is the audio in it? Make sure you check the audio thing so that the audio will play too.
Okay. Uh,
I think your signal must have went down. I think he's having a little technical difficulties. And unfortunately, I'm on his spot, so I can't even control the screen.
I don't know what's happening. I'm having all kind of. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, True? I got excused. I don't know what the hell is going on over here. I done got knocked out of the damn show and everything. We got good internet over here. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me now? You should be able to.
Yeah, I got knocked out of the show, man. I don't know what the hell going on. I got knocked completely out of the show. The video didn't continue to go.
Nah. Is it still on the bottom of your screen?
Nope.
Hit present again. Maybe it'll come back up. But your signal is the stream is good on your side? 'Cause I can't really see anything. Can't tell.
Uh, let me see. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna try to share this screen again. I mean, cause people try to they want to talk this genetic evidence, but I got genetic paperwork, and I want someone to explain this to me. All these dummies who act like they super smart.
Okay, now it's something on the screen.
Cause my DNA papers is very each here is the most important page, and it
It's over
talks
20
about
years ago.
the personal profile and top personal matches for Yasha Ben Israel. This is my personal DNA profile. This here is tell you about my profile. Okay. And this the population matches, number population, and the rank, the regional affiliation. I'm North African. I'm not West African. Okay. This is the regional affiliation reference map. Mozabite, Berber, Ganaya Basu, Moroccan Berber. Then down here you got Virginia African American, the people here. Mozabite, Berber, Morocco, the people Algeria. In whom my matches are African Spanish, Ganaya Basu, Alabama African American, Connecticut African American, Cape Verde. That I have here. I want to read to y'all something here. Read to y'all something about this. What? Turn the page here. You got the DNA basics, letting you know how this stuff really goes down, and letting you know how historical migrations work. You know, and how they do their testing. The back of this is really not important. It's really not important. But the front is getting back to.
How long ago was this, you said?
All the information is. Okay. What was that?
How long ago you took the test?
About 20 plus years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Rodney Gaston say you already knew we traced our DNA bloodlines. We go almost back to the Garden of Eden. All the kings, all the way down to my children, is in the book of royalty 100%. Hey, I vouch for that. So when they really want, they don't really want to have a discussion with Yasha ben Israel about genetics. This is not no 23 and me. This here was taken when the E1B1A and the E1B1B both were called EB3. You know. So you, what was that you were saying
No,
before I cut you off there?
no, I'm just reading like what he has said. Yohada. He said, is the Roman Emperor Septimus Severus a descendant of the biblical Israelites? The Roman Emperor Septimus.
Now that's a good question. That is such a good question that I am not qualified to answer it.
Let me see here. Well,
Because you talking about when Septimius came about, what you talking about? You talking about prior to the fourth century, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah, it says here and I'm only going off of a quick web thing. He said he was around April 11th, 145. That's the second century.
145 AD.
Yeah, 145 AD.
Yeah, he was. I knew he was prior to. I knew he was prior to the fourth century. A lot of whiteness took place in history, where
Hmm.
white people began to start expanding. You know, we have the Bantu expansion, right? But you have a white expansion that they haven't given a name for.
Well, the thing is, I'm just looking through it from a generic citation, so I can't really qualify that citation. That was on Wikipedia. There's another spot where it's on ancient origins where it's showing it to you. Want to put it on the screen? They put mine on the screen real quick. Give me a second.
Uh,
Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta share the screen first. Let me see
right,
something.
right.
Let me see how I can do this. Man, I just had it. Let me see here. I don't know why my screen is doing this. You know what I do? I'm gonna share it to you in the private chat. Then you can just open it up on your screen. It'll be
I
easier.
don't know. I don't know how to do that. You could you instruct me?
Yeah, let me get the link right here. Let me copy the link. Right. Let me go back. I'm gonna hit the private chat and boom. You see right there. This should have popped up. Look on your left side. Where you told me I was on the right side. You see where
Right.
private
Now,
chat.
I opened it up, but how do I go about sharing it to where everyone else can see it?
Now present that on your screen.
How do you do it? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, this is. Oh, you share it. So to present everything, you go right there.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, like I said, this is just another citation. This is not something that me and you are guaranteeing that is correct. This is what we are popping up. You know what I'm saying? See if we can validate it or not. You know, you see, did it pop up? Yeah, yeah, it popped up. I mean, you look at it.
So
It
he was
says
Libyan.
the Libyan-born
Being
Septimius Severus.
Libyan.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was Libyan. You know, that's all we can say about him.
Hmm.
At least that's all I can say about him.
Right now, the thing is, like I said, this is not a citation that I
You have
usually
the
use or we usually use. So, how valid is this? Is the question? Now, I'm looking at the about right on the top left side about this website, the ancient origins. 'Cause we don't want to put something that might not even be truth. You know what I'm saying?
have I went too far?
Hold on, let me see. No, no, no. I'm just saying, just peruse through it. It's not on us. It's not on us. I'm just saying. to me, the information from is the question. You know what I mean? You always got to question the whoever authored this article. Let me read something here. It says about us to inspire open-minded learning about our past. That's already a problem for me. About our past? How can it be our? That's putting this lump sum of it, all of it's the same. But anyway, to inspire open-minded learning about our past for the betterment of our future through the sharing of research, education, and knowledge. The goal of ancient origins. At ancient origins, we believe that one of the most important fields of knowledge we can pursue as human beings is our beginnings. You know, I gotta say this much. It's peer reviewed. That's a good thing, but that does not still, you know what I'm saying, say that that is 100% true. It's just somebody have popped up and a bunch of people agreed upon it. You know what I mean? So don't necessarily
Yeah,
mean it's true.
buddy.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. You know what I mean? And we got to be fair. I mean, to actually say that that is this character and this character, that would be pulling at straws. But it does give a inkling that
Did you want to read any of this? You want to read anything from this source?
go back to the beginning of it. Go back to the original page of it. Let's see what it say here. Go back to the beginning of it. Or let me see here. I mean, I can read it on my end, but like I said, I can't. And just for me and you, our purposes, we're not the ones that's actually saying this. We gotta let the audience know we're not saying this. We just pull this from a generic article. All right, it says the Libyan-born Septimius Severus has gone down in
You want me to
history.
read it? You want me to? You
Hold on.
wanted me to show it as you was reading it?
Yeah, show it, and I'll read it. All right. If you want to take off, I don't know you got the
Uh,
bottom of your screen. Take off the your watch, your thing off of there. Take that off so that the
there
audience
we
can see
go.
all. All right. All right. Let me read it now. It says the
All right.
Libyan-born Septimius Severus has gone down in history as the first African emperor of Rome. With a thirst for power, he ruled the Roman Empire almost 2,000 years ago, declaring himself after the definitive battle of Lug- Lugdunum in 197 AD. Obsessed with the dream of establishing a sovereign dynasty, at the end of his life he led a harrowing invasion of Caledonia, modern day Scotland, marching north to the famed Hadrian
Mm.
Wall with an enormous army in his attempt to unify the British island under Rome. He finally died in York, having failed to achieve his objective and betrayed by his own son Caracalla. All right. Now, that doesn't still, you know what I'm saying? It sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds good. But we go back to that picture of him. Let's go to that picture of him. Let's look at that picture. Really look at that picture. You know, even though it's a bust of the character, a statue of the character. Let's look
You
at
got to
that.
give me a.
Scroll back. I would say,
I got a
yeah,
virus going on in my computer. I need to get it fixed.
hmm yeah. Let's look at that picture
Look at
real
this.
close.
This is crazy. I can't get the damn thing to do what I want to do.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's look at that picture real close.
Yeah.
You know, we know that yes, they create their own, but this is a bust of supposedly that character. So whether or not
Supposedly,
it,
I'll buy
yeah.
that part.
hmm Now,
I don't think that's
I,
how he looked, but
yeah, me either. You know what I'm saying? I really can't. If this is supposed to be, I just can't get. I can't get
I ain't got no scissors.
an African
I
out of
don't.
that. You know what I mean? I just can't get an African out of that. I don't think that this cannot be the bust of this character of the if he's supposed to be an African emperor. I just can't see it. You know what I mean? I really can't see it. Remember we
What
was
What are you
talking.
looking for?
No, I'm trying to validate what he's what the person that was trying to say on there, but I can't validate it with this citation. I really can't. But that doesn't mean that hey, that doesn't mean that this is not truth. I'm just saying we can't validate it. That's the thing. We can't really validate it.
Well, I don't believe that's them because well, we have an elder by the name of Brother Ashaka Musa Barashango, and he
Hmm.
talked about how Europeans had went throughout history, and he even talked about how those bones that's supposed to be Saint Peter in the Basilica ain't him, and how Europeans were going around falsifying stuff. I mean, there's no reason for me to believe in no kind of way that I mean, because the history say that Septimius was African and he was Libyan. That's a straight up European white man right there, man.
That's right. That's what I wanted. I wanted you to say it. I didn't want to say it, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna say
like,
it.
like I was saying, based upon that bust, I cannot say that this is that character that's supposed to be an African. It's nothing that I can get out of this at all that points to you know the normal looking African. But somebody will say, well, how you can tell what the normal looking African was? What is that? First, second century? If you can't tell from there, guess what? We'd just be guessing anyway. But this picture, this bust here of this character cannot be an African. There's nothing there in the resemblance of a melanated person beyond the fact that the color of the bust is a dark charcoal, which doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
And the hair does not fit either. If you look
yeah.
at it closely,
The cranial structure don't fit.
no, look more like a Greek, if anything, like one of their Greek.
Hey,
Uh,
he look just straight white man because Europe wasn't even heard of then. Back
hmm
then, Europeans was probably more Phoenician in origin. So,
hmm
yeah, I don't know who the hell that is, but I
Well,
wonder why did you even want to even post them up here? I
nah, like I said, we were just winging it and pulling from like a
thought-
generic citation. I mean, I wouldn't use this as a credible source. You can forget
I'm like,
about
who the hell is this cat?
it. Then they got if you scroll down, you'll see another picture. Like scroll down a little bit, you'll see a picture of I guess him, a woman, and another woman on there. Which
Let me.
scroll down a little bit.
Oh my goodness, let me get rid of that. That's going on in the background.
Mhm. He says, Yawada says, thank you, brother, for going into some research concerning the question that I asked about Severus. Oh, yeah, we going to do that. we going to do that.
Yeah, you got this in the chat, so I can't even put the other people chat up.
Hmm. Yeah.
Where you trying to get me to go beyond this?
Yeah, scroll a little bit more. Scroll a little bit more. There was another picture. Scroll down a little bit more. All right, keep going.
This one?
Yeah, go to that picture. Bring that picture up a little bit. Let's look at that
That's
picture
about
here.
the end of that.
Or go back down. Go back down. The other way. Go back up. Keep going back up a little bit. It should have been the second picture after that bust picture. So go back to the bust and then come back down. Just the next picture of. Nope. Go up with your cursor. Keep going.
The next picture down under that's a bridge.
Yeah, go there. You now go back down now. The next picture after that. Back. Yeah, it should come up right there. It's black on there. I don't know what's going on. Showing. Keep going. You almost there. Keep going. Keep going.
You see,
Keep going.
you see something?
Nope, it's like a painting.
Go up or down.
Go back down. Keep going. Yeah, tell you the truth. We probably not gonna get none out of this that website. Keep going. Keep going. I mean, it's saying a lot of historical stuff in there, but there you go, right there. Go back down. You just had it.
I'm gonna have the antivirus thing going up there. It's not letting me control my computer. This is
Mhm.
crazy. My mouse is. I got a virus going on. Somebody is controlling my computer, and I'm fighting these people controlling my computer, man.
Yeah, there's something going on here because I've noticed it is like the videos. Like when I'm looking at it on there, it's showing actual videos, but that's not really.
This what you looking for?
Yeah, hold on for a
These are
second.
only pictures on here.
Yeah, this scratch this one. They just using what you call probably some historical things, and then they put up their own photos on that or paintings of that. This doesn't have any bearing to anything.
Yeah, pretty much like how Michelangelo did the Lord, and all of them did the Lord's Supper and all that stuff. Put their own family members and stuff like that in there. Called them Jesus, Peter, and all that.
Mhm.
And that was actually Michelangelo's family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my. I need to get a good antivirus thing going on, or send some, have somebody get. I got something going on in my computer. I tapped on something, and I have an antivirus thing going on, real crazy. I think I got a virus going on. I need a good antivirus, anti spyware.
Do you have a lot
My
of windows
computer is
open
just
on top?
going, huh?
Do you have a lot of windows open on the top, like on your browser? Is it more than?
Three of them. Let me see. Now I got what you got on there.
Okay. Well, put it like this: if you want to now, you should be able to share my screen. Let me see here. Uh, let's see something. All right, here you go. Share my screen. There you go. You see it?
There you go.
All right. All right.
Yep.
See, that's what I was talking about. This is, I guess, that's supposed to be him, but that does not change anything. They just put a little bit of a brown in the paint. You know what I mean? It doesn't prove anything. It says Septimus Severus with his wife Julia Domna and his two sons. I'm gonna tell you right now off the bat, this doesn't fit the narrative. All right. In 191, the Roman Emperor Commodus appointed Septimus Severus to serve as the governor of the Pannonia Superior, which lay along the frontier of the Danube River. However, the next year, Commodus himself was assassinated, and his successor, Publius Pertinax, became the next emperor. Well, I'm gonna say this
The
much.
Howard said there's a short video of a historian saying that Septimius Severus was actually a black African man, and shows a few paintings of him as well that looked a little different from the bust. Hey, if you have that video of that particular historian, could you put that in the
Put it in the
could you
comments.
put that in the comments?
Yep. Put it right in the comments.
Yeah, that would be powerful. That would make
Yeah,
this video awesome.
yeah, because this right here, this Like I said, this is not our citation. This is just a generic one, and it's felon.
It say, and then that short it shows a depiction of him with two white women. That's the depiction right there. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the depiction.
I guess that was no need for him to put it in the chat. You had it already set up.
Well, put it like this. Put it like this. Let's apply some
So
Hebraic.
that's supposed to be Yeshua.
Oh no, no, I don't think he said that. Oh
Oh,
no,
oh,
no.
oh, okay. Oh, no, Septim, uh, uh, Sept, Septimius,
Hmm.
Septimius Severus.
Hmm. Well, like I said, let's look at that. When we look at this, all right, and we apply Hebraics to it, right? He's an emperor, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing that we could all agree on. They're saying that historically he was an emperor.
Oh, and
Well,
even black, we can agree with that maybe, but
hmm
whether he was an Israelite or not,
that's where I wanted to get to. That's
I
the part.
don't know. I can't put my finger. I can't prove it, and
Yeah,
I can't prove it.
yeah. Me, I wouldn't even,
Someone
I
else
wouldn't, I
probably
wouldn't
could,
even,
but I can't.
I wouldn't even put my money on it, saying that the Israelite part, because the key that he's saying he's an emperor is already is throwing me off loop. Because at that time frame, right? Anytime we look after the, I say the Hebraic or Hebrew narrative, we wouldn't have any emperors or a king. You know what I mean? Now, if he's an African,
Probably
then
not that late in the game anyway.
yeah, 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 yeah. But hey, we can all agree that this is a melanated looking person, yeah, according
Yeah,
to
or
the.
even just a black man.
Hmm.
But every you just can't. One thing we can't have the fallacy of thinking that every black person is Israel. That's just stupid, dumb, and ridiculous.
Hmm.
Or even saying that Africa is largely populated by Israelites. I mean, Israel is a very small country in comparison to all the land and all of the people in the world, man. And even Africa. I mean, the Israelite people as well as the Israelite land is,
Hmm.
is is small in comparison to that big old African continent over there.
Hmm.
So we just can't say that all black people is Israel. That's just,
Right.
and we can't even look and just say that all black people in antiquity is Israel. But I will say this: you can have black pride for these people. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
As African leaders and black leaders, right? But you just can't go affixing Israel to everything in antiquity.
Yeah. That's the thing that a lot of, I guess, you have to say it that way. Yes, it's if somebody would say, was there any blacks in Rome at that time? We gotta say, okay, it's possible because there were Africans did exist, but that doesn't mean that those people of color were Israel. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah, we do have to deal with that, Yahweh. There's a lot of people, man. I remember, man. This had to be about 15 years ago, maybe. Uh, what's this? Might have been about 10 or 15 years ago. And it was some guys up here in Detroit, and they were some new guys. They probably been Israelites maybe 3 years or 5 years. At the time, I was an Israelite for 20 years, and they was fresh out of caps, but they were trying to do their own thing. And they were showing some people some ancient drawings of the people
Hmm.
down in the Caribbeans, the Tayanos and all of them.
Hmm.
And this brother say, "Yeah, that's Israel. Look at them. They're my people." And
Hmm.
I thought that was just the dumbest, stupidest thing. And I told him, you know, It was the brothers from the what camp was that? I think they were called the 313 Truth Seekers at the time. Today they called the Chosen Seed here in Detroit. Brandon Lawson and Iquab and them. You know, I had to tell them niggas, man, you just can't sit up there and fix any black person. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And just call them Israel. That's just crazy. What about the Phoenicians and the Babylonians and
Mm-hmm.
and and the Egyptians and the Ethiopians and the Libyans from from Punt, and the people from Libya was from Punt. They're Libyans. They're
Mm-hmm.
Punites. You know, hey, take over the narrative for me real quick. I gotta go do something. Can you do that for me, man?
Yeah, I'm looking at what he said. It says the word Niger was actually common among the Romans. I read in a dictionary from the 1800s called the Ecclesiastical Literature concerning Simon or Simeon surname in the book of Acts 13 and 1. Well, thing about that, like I said, they could have existed with a lot of the Africans during that time frame. So nobody could deny that. That's definite. Can't be denied. And the thing is, will it be something that connects with Israelites, or we should say Israel? Like if it's just because it's based off of color, then that doesn't necessarily mean that there's an Israelite connection. But I'm gonna look up that in the dictionary, ecclesiastical literature. Let me see if I can pull that up. That'll be a good thing. But I won't be able to share it. Well, I might be able because you got me on the screen share. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see here. I throw this article on there. We look at it from there. Nah, that's going to point back to something to do with Wikipedia.
Yeah.
You got to watch sometimes, like I said, some of these citations and stuff. When people do Googles or whatever, it doesn't necessarily prove anything because you can input your own data in there, and if it's not uh, questioned, then sometimes it'll sit, and then
Yeah, you could do that with Wikipedia.
yeah, so
But Wikipedia, I will say that that's really was the case for old Wikipedia. A lot of these subjects now, the input has been inputted and is by scholars. Like, say for instance, when they talked about my DNA, when they talked about the Mosabites, if you look up the Mosabites, you will see that the Mosabites were Israelites, and it'll tell you that. You see what I'm saying? And
hmm
what I'm saying is that when we deal with Septimius, there's nothing there that says tell me that was Israel or even possibly could have been.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
that's the key. Yep. We're not finding anything in that part. It might be like a historical person, yes, but like there's nothing there to point to the people of Israel. That's the thing.
now the word Niger is a word that means black, right? And they
That
were referring to those people as black.
right.
But but now we do have evidence that the people that were in Carthage were Israelites and Phoenicians.
hmm
And at that time, the Israelites and the Phoenician had been well copulated. You
hmm
understand what I'm saying? They DNA had already had mixed because their DNA started to mix sometime around the 10th century, around BC.
hmm
You're talking about 1,000 years BC, right?
hmm
King
Well,
David, Hiram, and Solomon, the Brotherhood Covenant.
hmm Well, like even like when you look up this part, I would say this is truth in the Wikipedia. When you look up the word Niger,
Your voice, something happened with your vocals. I can't hear you.
you know, can you hear me now?
It's staticky, like going in and out.
Uh, for some reason, I think the signal is bad. Let me see if I can change my audio. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I got signal now. Should be louder, right?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, let me read that article and go back to what I was saying. It says Niger is a landlocked country in West Africa. I have to do that. It put up the map. That is legit, all right? But people got to realize Nigeria, what we call Nigeria today, is not the same Nigeria or Niger in ancient times. You know what I mean? But it has some of the layouts. But this basically saying West Africa, Western Africa, the western region of Africa. The United Nations defines. Here we go. The United Nations define. Who are they? But anyway, Western Africa as the 16 countries of Benin, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, which you said on your DNA, the Gambia, and Ghana, the modern day Ghana, Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Mali, of course, Mauritania, Niger, that place, Nigeria, Senegal, and Sierra Leone. All right.
Yeah,
So
how
this
would I say? I got to come and build with you brothers a lot more often. Great patience and decorum. I certainly appreciate the unbiased lens that y'all look through.
hmm Yeah, we're gonna always try to be bias free because we're dealing with a certain how would you say it? Certain people have certain beliefs, and you don't want to like alter their beliefs based upon like say if you have a bias. So it's best to what I mean, be in
Yeah.
that fashion. But like I said, with that first citation, that's not something that me personally or you would use personally, but it has some truth in it. You know what I mean? Then like he validated it with the video thing with that the picture, the painting. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So we could say that in Rome they did have people of melanation, but that
And
does not.
we could say that Septimius was
hmm
black. We can say
hmm
that. We can say
We can
he's
say that.
African.
hmm
But Africa has so many different nations and nationalities of black people.
hmm
We just can't say that he was Israelite. I mean, because he could have been Israelite, right?
It's a possibility.
But it's a possibility, but I can't say. I mean, being that he's Libyan, that's all I can tell you based on the evidence and the information that they give us.
hmm
And when we want to look at the biblical lineage, right, of of Libya, that's Punt or Put,
hmm
one of the sons of Ham. You had
Right.
Canaan, Mizraim, Cush, and Punt. That's
hmm
one of the sons of Punt. When we look at the table of nations, for the based on the information that they just gave us,
hmm
they hadn't give us. We don't have much information to go on, to find out whether he was specifically Israel or not. I wouldn't doubt it though, because it was well after all of the dispersions, right?
hmm Well,
But I can't say for sure that he was Israel.
he has another good question. He says, "Were Israelites known in some contexts as Phoenicians?" Now, this one you're gonna have to get this one. Were Israelites known in some contexts as Phoenicians?
I would say the Carthaginians, the Tunisians, the Moroccans, right? The Berbers,
hmm
all of the Algeria,
hmm
uh, the yeah, the Berbers, the Tuaregs, uh, the Sanatas, the Sanhajas, the people from the northern extremity. But
That's what I was waiting for you to say. That's a key. That's a key word right there.
yeah,
That's the
of
key
the
word.
northern extremity, because the Canaanites had that area on lock before anybody that I can even think of in history.
Hmm. And everybody knows that when we have a bulk of, say, of one people, and we do know that we intermingle with, and unfortunately, doing that, right, we get, how would you say it, be among the ones that, you know that for everything at the hand that we're trying to find out. So
Yeah,
we cannot doubt that.
there's a scholar out there by the name of Nahum Slouch. Nahum Slouch. I think that's Nahumslou. Is it SCH? Something like that. Something like that. He's an archaeologist and a historian from the late 1800s, I believe, something like that. And he has went throughout North Africa writing and researching. And he said that the North Africans that
Hmm.
were Phoenicians and Canaanites. He said they both were in North Africa, and there you talk about there's grave epitaphs,
Hmm.
that are written in Hebrew,
Hmm.
old grave tombstones. You know what I'm saying? And in Phoenician, and the Phoenicians had the history on lock before the Israelites even got there.
That's right.
And,
Before they
and
even
we
existed.
noticed that
Tell you the truth. Tell you the truth.
everywhere that the Canaanites went, the Israelites went. It's like when the captivities took place, not the captivities, the dispersions,
Yeah,
the
the dispersion.
diasporas. When they took place, the Israelites always fled to the areas where the Canaanites were. Because you got
Hmm.
to understand that they were Hamitic people and they spoke pretty much the same language as the Israelites did.
Hmm. Hmm. But you can actually, to be honest with you, you can actually, if you went through like a scripture, like in the tables of the nations, you can see that that would be valid what you just said, what you just stated, because there was living close proximity at most of the times in the entire scriptures until they got to what you say Shiloh. But then think about it, that place Shiloh was originally what Canaanite. That was Canaanite land, right? So I wouldn't put it past. Which is
Yeah,
kind of funny that we say this and then we're not adding. We're not adding any bias in it because saying that literally about the melanation because it's kind of funny that there's another group of people out there that try to take the melanation out and put them those very same people, not people of color, which is literally impossible.
I have come to learn that's what the New World Order was about because the old world was dominated by black people,
Hmm.
you know, and the new world is dominated by white people.
Hmm.
Even in the time when the Greeks and the Romans were dominant, black people were dominant in the world. I'm sorry.
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct.
They were losing dominance, but they were dominant. Yeah.
It's what you call hard truth on that part. For them, they not accept that. It's not really hard truth for us because when you turn around and listen to them tell us their side of things, right? They completely put us out completely, which is impossible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the
I don't
thing.
I don't want to say anything bad or against my New Testament brothers, but my New Testament brothers, they lack things that I think they really, really need. I think they really need to start learning Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of people is using the New Testament as an excuse, you know, as a ploy to deviate from real Hebrew thought.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I think as Israelites, it's important that we delve off into that Old Testament, and that we even start breaking down and start learning these languages, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, to me, I'm going to say specifically, foundation is always the best way to start over from. Start from the foundation. That way, when you read it, and in that type of order, by the time you do get to certain places that's what you call a discrepancy, you'll be
Yeah,
able to react with it. You know what I mean?
but see, okay, did you see how I was breaking down that text Eric had brought forth, that Hebrew text earlier?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, and what I'm trying to get people to understand is that all English texts, every one of them, have been mistranslated. Every one of them.
Of course, because you know why, right? That's why I said what I said to you about when you said about naming your thing. I said it's called Hebraic thought. It's not saying Hebraic like Hebrew language, but Hebraic thought. That is something that the only the people want to have that. That way they think. So when you're reading with Hebraic thought, now you kind of can get what they could not put back when they transliterated or translated certain words.
Yeah, and the Hebrew thought is. I think that when they did their translation, what they were doing was trying to translate it in such a way to where it surpassed usurped the Hebrew thought.
Right. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Now you've been honest here. Good or bad. Now, good or bad, that's what they were trying to do. Now, keep in mind, the ones that were doing it in the good of things, yes, it makes sense. But what about those that were doing it in the bad thing? They were trying to make it as to fit their agenda in. So that once you start dealing with the agenda part, that's on the bad side, you're going to
Yeah,
start seeing more and more words that they put in place that's going to actually be giving you more, how would you say it, more wording of a people that this is not the way we thought. This is not the way we actually talked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they'll find in the scriptures where it says, "I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem." When you read the Hebrew text, if you do a word for word parsing, it says simply, "I'm a black and beautiful daughter of the Israelites."
Mhm.
And that's a little different than how this man translated it into the very misleading King James. I'm
You got to
saying
remember they don't like bottom line or the bottom line of things. They do not like that kind of talk. They can't stand it because that's more direct. That's saying exactly that it can't be any mistakes or anything in. So they hate that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They hate that.
the Hebrew thought is a very black thought. And that Songs of Solomon, what's that, 1:5?
Hmm.
Clearly, if you was to read that, it says that I am a black and beautiful daughter of the Israelites.
Hmm.
I mean, clear cut, no chaser.
Right. But this is funny. You know what's funny? When they portray like, and I have not yet seen any instances where they portray Samson ever other than black. You've noticed that?
You know what? I've never seen this. I've seen a white Samson before and a white
Yeah.
Delilah.
Well, the majority of the ones I've seen, even most of who's handling all these films, they always portray him as a black, strong-looking, model after African type of looking guy, which was weird that they do that. But they always put Delilah, no matter what, as the white, innocent woman. You gotta say that. You gotta say that.
Howard says, I can't describe how much I appreciate you brothers' transparency and unbiased school of thought and mindset. Enough. Thank you, brothers, and peace and grace. Y'all still live. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna hold it down for a while. I just want to have an open mic, open discussion,
Hmm.
with my friends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Hmm.
glad, that Yahweh and the others have come through. You know, I just want to have an open discussion. I know no concrete Rodney Gaston.
Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah.
I just want to have no solid conversation. Question answer. That type of thing, and just be able to freestyle. Tory fell through. You know.
While you're
Uh,
doing that, right? While you're doing that, while you're talking, I'm gonna go back to your link and I'm gonna share it a little bit more. You can open this up even a little bit more.
yeah, I'm glad that you all came through and stopped through with us. We don't have no real solid dialogue for today. We're just, reaching in, getting in contact, getting in touch with our viewers. And we're trying to build our subscription and build our audience. We want to have a real respectful, intelligent, intellectual conversation. Uh, Current events, Aria passed away. That's big.
Yeah, I want you to talk about that because I've been looking to see if I can get anything like on the articles of news about that, and I haven't found too much. You gotta have to
You're
let
not
me.
going to get nothing in the news, not about Aria. Aria is the most hated,
Mhm.
of all the Israelites. Even Israelites hate Aria.
Isn't he one of the ones that I guess uh, with that chart and all that stuff like that? Or what did you say?
Yeah, yeah, he was the main man responsible for the ISUP, the Camp School of Thought, all of that stuff, that phony Hebrew, that Lashawan Kadesh bullshit, that which is very unintelligible. What I mean by unintelligible is that you will never ever see Israelites putting up a conversation in Lashawan Kadesh. He came up with the chart, the 12 tribe chart. He came up with the very bogus interpretation of the table of nations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He said that all Ham's children were black, all Sham's children were black, and all Japheth's children were black, and the only ones were white were Esau.
No, this. Like,
Yeah, just ridiculous stuff. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Stuff that can't be proven
Mm-mm.
nowhere in history. You know what I'm saying? There is no historical record. And you can go in Roman records and you won't find no Roman ever saying that he was a descendant of Esau. Now you can go to these pseudoscience, pseudo history books, you
Mm-hmm.
know, in these pseudoscience books like the Book of Jashar, right? And maybe even the Chronicles of Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Chronicles of Jeremiah read almost word for word like the Book of Jashar.
Okay.
But none of these books are respected as serious historical documents. The Chronicles of Jeremiah may have more historical credibility than the Book of Jashar, and others would think that the Book of Jashar, because it's supposed to be biblical, right? They
Mm-hmm.
they they would think that the Book of Jashar has more credibility, but the Book of Jeremiah is used to validate the Book of Jashar. So the book of the Chronicles of Jeremiah is more solid than the book of the book of Jashar.
Mm.
You know, but nobody really take that stuff as historical. But it is the Chronicles of Jeremiah and the book of Jashar where the caps, where Ariel and them,
Mm-hmm.
the idea that Esau went to Rome, conquered Rome, right, and became white and solidified his whiteness. They were trying to say that a white Esau left Africa because the book of Yasha says that Esau left Carthage. And from Carthage, he took the fleet of Carthaginians with him. Now, these are black folks. And from Carthage, they went into Rome and conquered Rome. But they didn't last. They didn't last a few. They didn't even last a generation. No white people overthrew their asses and kicked their asses right out of there.
To the curb.
Yeah, and this is in the book of Jasher and in the Chronicles of Jeremiel. So what they were trying to paint the picture that a white Esau, but the evidence suggests that even if you say a white Esau came up out of Africa with a fleet of Africans and
Mhm.
conquered Rome. The evidence suggests that didn't no white people go into Rome. Black people did,
Right.
even if that one man Esau was white. But coming out of Africa and going into Africa and fleeing into Africa suggests that Esau was a black man, brother. And then when you go and look at the Egyptian hieroglyphics of the sheep, what is it, the Shashu?
Hmm.
The Shashu were Edomites and they were black people with afros. There is no historical evidence of a white Esau. Even the evidence that the One West Council Ariat put forward is poor interpretation of the written text. And that's whether it's pseudepigrapha, right?
Hmm.
Whether it's a historical, whether it's biblical or not.
Hmm.
They have a gross interpretation of the misinterpretation of the book of Jasher. There's nothing in no written text or no written history that suggests that Esau's the white man. What about Moabites being the Chinese? And the
Oh.
and the proof of that is that Lot slept with his daughters and they were mongoloids. They had the mongoloid disease, and the whole nation was infected with the mongoloid disease, right? So now the Chinese and the Mongolians and the Japanese people are mongoloids now. What he did was took a medical condition and conflated it
Okay.
with a racial category, a racial classification of people.
Mhm. Let me give
And
a
that's
shout out to my boy Water Blue real quick. He's in the audience. I always, whenever I see him, I always got to shout him out. You should know who Water Blue is. He came on the first show you did with me, you, and Black Jesus Ministry.
he was on the panel with us.
No, he wasn't on the panel, but he was in the audience. But you know who he is. Good
Yo,
dude.
Water Blue.
Yeah.
What up, Water Blue? Yeah, Water Blue had commented on one of the videos yesterday, I believe. Peace to Water Blue. Water Blue, I have connected with the brothers and we talked about you, your situation, and do know that we did immediately send out prayer to the Most High for you, your family, and what's going on. We ask that the Most High to look over you and to empower you and to strengthen you along your way. We can't reverse time, right? But we can pray that the Most High, come in, step in, and start giving His healing hand and start to make provisions for you and your family.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
Water Blue. Yeah, that word Niger. You know, you know, uh, uh, it. I think Niger could be indicative of Israelite, but not exclusive
Yeah, not exclusive.
Israelite.
That's correct. Not exclusive. It's indicative to them because of the fact that yes, ancient times versus modern times, two different times. You know what I mean? And things advance, and obviously when the heathen, I say it like that, when the heathen get a hold of things, he's going to change it to their narrative. You know what I mean? And that's not always talking about the heathen under the non-melanated side. We can always talk about those that look like us side too. They play a role. We'll leave it like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, uh, yeah, like I said, I was just sharing a couple of, try to see if we can get a audience. And you could describe it. This is your show. It's an open, open discussion. And yes, we ain't gonna be biased.
yeah. We just talking, man. Just hey, just kicking the breeze. Trying to spread a little truth out here.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, uh, and people like to see you with your hair down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They like to see the real you. A lot of times when we come with topics, we have already had those topics well planned, well discussed, well
Hmm.
researched. You know what I'm saying? And it's formal. This is a non-formal dialogue.
Hmm. This is one of those where anything could pop up, and we be talking about it, which is a
Yeah,
good, unrehearsed, unprepared. Like I said, you say somebody say something, they want to discuss something, we could discuss it raw, right, and get it right to the core without bias.
that's right.
Without bias. It's
Y'all
good.
hit that like, that share, and subscribe button. Pretty much, mostly that subscribe. We trying to get these subscriptions up, y'all.
Now, where Erik go? I thought he was taking a break. He coming back? He
I
just
have no idea. You want me to call him?
Yeah, call him see if he coming back. Cause you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to at the same time in the background get this thing out, in the background. So I end up taking myself off the screen and I'm just hearing the voice, and I'm not actually seeing what's going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking and seeing here. Who else here? Who else here we can give a shout out to?
What up, E? We got a request for you back on the show, Doc. Yes,
Who requested me to come back on the show?
true. Timothy.
Oh, okay.
He's like, where Eric at? We need him over here.
Yeah, this was your welcome dog and help bring some stuff in the house.
Can y'all hear him? You heard him, true?
Yeah, I heard.
Did the listening audience hear E? He'll be
Yeah. I'm about to give me like 5 or 6 minutes up here now.
Oh snap! Y'all heard him. Y'all heard the man now. All right, Ebo. The Igbos of North Africa, Nigeria, the Niger, the nigger.
Well, I think I had a whole bunch of disputes last week with a couple of those guys, but I ain't gonna put them on the blast. But I'm gonna let them
Some
have their
Igbos.
yeah.
What was it about? Tell us, explain us. Tell us.
You know me, when it comes down to us in the modern day time having kings, that's my contention point. When you saying you Israel and you have a king in a kingdom, to me, and that ain't going with according to scripture. I'm going to have a contention with
I
that. You know what I
mean,
mean?
but what you want them to do, man? You want them to be a whole bunch of hundreds of thousands of people and walking around there just unorganized, man.
Oh no
No
no no no no
leaders,
no no.
no.
You can have a leadership, but just the fact of he's saying the king. You know what I mean? You can have a leader. You can have a couple of rulers. Even I can accept the word emperor, But when
What
you're
about
saying something,
president? We can have a president but
oh
no
yeah,
king.
yeah, we can have a president with no king. That's
And
that's a
president
leader. That's a ruler
president ain't
over us.
nowhere in the Bible, but we can have a president but no king.
Mhm. Right. We can have a king, but scripturally, you know that where in the scriptures it tells us, it details us who our king would be at this time. That's the key thing. That's what I'm saying. We know who the king would be, Most High. But they seem to, and they're not all of them. That's the thing. It's not all of them that's saying this, but a
As
certain.
long as as long as genetics has been on the scene, I'm wondering why there's no black people. You got people like Razib Khan, and he's not even white. You know what I'm saying? He's like Indian or something like that. And he came up in the ranks of a
Come
very
on,
young
John Yakon, John Yakon, what something like that. That guy.
Razib Khan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he he came up in the ranks and became a very dominant person,
Uh-huh.
force in the study of genetics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering why there's no black people. You know, we spearheaded this stuff. We had Sheikh Anta Diop, man. Sheikh Anta Diop, man. Woo, that man shook the world up with black anthropology.
Mm-hmm.
And since him, we have not had another. I think it was systematic too. What you think?
Well, that is something that I would have to agree with you on. But how can I say it like this? We have to step up on the on the realm of it. That's what we need. Though we need. I mean, me personally, I ain't studied into that level to take jump that gun, but we do have enough people to actually do that. And yes, we need that. But why are we not doing it? Is the question. Or is we doing it and for some reason they're
We're
keeping
not
us
being
back?
heard.
Yeah, that could be it too. So it got to be like that. Now, scripture wise, I'm gonna step up with scriptures. I ain't gonna stay. I'm not gonna lay back on that. But like what you're
You got
saying, what
water
you.
blue and popped up in the house. We done spoke him up.
But yeah, we do need a heavy amount of people in that area. We do need that, and I'm sure we have those that are smart enough, studied enough, went to school enough that could be in that area. We like think about it. We just last day of what's called the Heathen Black History Month, what they give us type of thing, and we need to show what we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to do that.
Water blue say, thank you, brothers. My little cousin is out of the hospital. He's doing a lot better. Thank you, brothers. Ain't that something? Hallelujah. Praise the
Hmm.
name of Yah.
I mean, somebody that was doing a prayer warrior that was working. That's,
Yes,
that's
yes,
power there. That's power there. One thing about
yes.
us, so we do have that power in prayer.
Hey, Water Blue, I thank you. I thank you for your testimony because the scripture says the effective, fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. That may be a New Testament text, but I put my stamp on that because the Old Testament tell us that we are to pray. We should be some praying people, man.
You see some praying
And
people, and men too. Men too need to be on that portal doing it. That's the
yeah,
thing.
prayer
Always.
changes things.
Mhm.
I learned
Power.
that in the Christian church. Prayer
Mhm.
changes things. And it's important that we have righteous individuals in the land, you know, people that can call to our Creator, people that are not tainted, that can be a clear conduit for Yahweh's Holy Spirit. You know what
Say
I'm
that
saying?
again. What you said? Clear conduit, clear
Yeah,
path.
clear conduit of the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh Eloheinu, our power.
I like the way you said that. Our power.
Yes. But we didn't just cross the 2 hour mark.
Hmm.
We didn't
Well,
just cross the 2 hour mark, brothers and sisters.
I guess for a
Yeah.
lot of folks, this is like a work night for them too. So, you know, but it's all good.
We didn't dropped a lot of little powerful jewels here tonight, though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. I'm gonna when it's all said and done, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go relook at this. You know that because like when you're doing it like this, right? We're saying things that even we are getting inspired from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And things that if we go back and listen to it again, we're going to catch things probably that it's going to hit us it's going to rock us a different way,
Hmm.
you know, because as we're doing it, we're being the ministers. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct.
When
Correct.
we go
Key
back and
word.
listen to it, we're in a position of being ministered to,
Yep.
so
Absolutely.
we can get the effect, of the message just as well, the same way as our listeners are.
Yep.
Yes, buddy. Yes, Lord. I'm just so glad to be here, man. I'm so glad to be in the land of the living. I'm so glad to be free. When I read about the captivity of Africans, Israelites, and the people of the old world, man, I'm just, I don't know how long our freedom will be, but the sense of freedom that we have, man, I'm just so glad for it. You know,
Yeah.
just think 30 years ago, you told somebody you was reading Hebrew or you was practicing Hebrew or that you wanted to be a Hebrew or even that you was a Hebrew, you'd gotten so much resistance.
Hmm.
You know, today you're free. You're able to practice what you wanna. And it's a beautiful thing because we're living in a day where so much wickedness and heathenism is being practiced. It's a beautiful thing, for African Americans to want to come back to the words, the will, law, statutes, and commandments, the way, Hadarak of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Beautiful thing, man.
Remember, tell them subscribe, 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 subscribe. You gotta say it. Subscribe.
Yes, yes. If I don't say it, you say it. Subscribe, subscribe. Yes, we need y'all to subscribe. I want to let y'all know what my objective is. But I'm not trying to dig into my pockets to pay for monetization or nothing like that. But I would like to get monetized, and to be able to get some type of compensation, so I can help so it can help better this program. I'm having computer problems right now, man. And I'm living on a fixed income. So it's going to take me another week or two before I can even get this thing fixed. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I want to be able to get some type of compensation, for my work, but without taxing the people. The people should just be able to push that button and get blessed. You know what I'm saying, Tim?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
I'm just sitting here looking into the chats and looking in some of the groups and seeing what's going on, looking for some trending topics. Seems like everybody, like I said, this must be a work night or something.
it must be pretty dry on Facebook, on YouTube tonight, huh?
Yes.
Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah,
social media.
Facebook, YouTube, social media, period.
Yeah. Well, that's all right because the beauty is that this is a recording and it can be heard tomorrow when you're not working or the
Hmm.
next day, Yeah, we want to. I mean, it's crazy to me, man, that that have messages with no love, right? Messages that's hate based, messages videos that has violence in it,
I
you
hate
know,
them. I hate them.
videos that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Videos just full of fucking sexual deviancy, just goofy shit. All of this stuff is just taking over in the world. But when we dealing with real spiritual intellect, you know what I'm saying? People really don't want that. They want religion, but
They want
real spiritual
sugarcoats.
intellect, people don't really want that, man. It's like it's like it's like people want the mixed jab, but they don't want that top side.
Hmm.
People want the dope, the heroin that's been stepped on, but the real heroin off the block, oh, they don't want that because it'll kill them. You know what I'm saying? They got to mix it up. You
Hmm.
know,
You're right about that.
they got to put a little cut in it. And we too raw, man. Our truth is just too unadulterated. They got to put a little cut on it. They got to put a little JC in there. They got to put a little Greek mythology in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And maybe even Nordic and heathenism. They got to put a little of that in there.
Oh, don't put them Nordic in it.
Oh man, it started with Odin, God, Odin, Goda, Gotham. Yeah, linguistically same stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The very word God itself traced back to Odin and Thor. I mean, really, I mean, God's name is not God. His name is Yahweh Elohim. You know what I'm saying? And the actual title, God, should not even be connected to Yahweh, according if you follow Hebrew text.
Right.
There's a scripture that says, "Be." I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see if I can find it. Be ye circumspect. It popped right up. I'm gonna share my screen. We should not be calling the name of pagan deities, and the name God itself actually is a pagan deity. It's a pagan word. That's not a Hebrew word, right? And it's not. And if it's not a Hebrew word, then quite possibly it could not be a Hebrew word for God. What you think?
No, absolutely. It's not. You know, that's a Greek. I think you said it before.
It's
Greek
Nordic.
gave
It's
paper. Yeah.
Nordic for Odin. It's German.
So no matter how you look at it, it's gonna come back to something that's European. No matter how you look at it, it ain't us. It ain't our heritage.
What we have here, we have Exodus 23:13. And it says, "In all things that I have said unto you, of all things that I have said unto you, and in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect." You know, I mean, question the stuff that you hear. Don't
The days of the week,
when people say
months.
something to you, don't you take it with a grain of salt, right? He said, "In all things." that I have said unto you, be ye circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other
Take
gods.
no risk in saying anything. That's me mentioning that.
Take
Be
no mention of the name of other gods.
be unwilling.
Neither, neither let it be heard out of your mouth.
That's right.
So this 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 God word does not go back to Israel. It is the name of other deities. You know,
You're right. You're
I'm gonna
right.
pull something up. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna, you can go ahead and hold it down for me. I'm gonna try to find something. I'm going to try to find uh something to talk about the origin of that word God.
Oh, origin of the word God. I'm gonna help you find it. Help you find it.
The origin of the word God actually started. I'm talking about God as we know it. You know, it actually started with a guy named Bishop Waffles in the fourth century.
Mm-hmm. Let me see something here.
You trying to find something over there too?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find something too.
Here we go. We'll go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is good. Wikipedia Wikipedia be having some good stuff in there, man.
Well, that's in that area there. You could say when you look at it, just look at the citations, and then we can go with it. But yeah, yeah. I don't know what I done did on my screen. I got it locked to images now. I can't even get. I want to go back to.
I gotta add you in. What did you just posted something, or is this the old screen?
That's probably the old screen. No, that's your screen. Oh,
Yeah,
this is what I'm on here. Yeah, that's
I got
old. Don't
something. Yeah, I got
even.
something down there from you though.
Yeah, this is old. Don't even post it. This was from earlier.
Check this out. The English word God comes from Old English God, right? Which itself derived from a Proto-Germanic Guden. It is cognate, and other Germanic languages include Gub, Gudis, both Gothic, Gud, that's Old Norse. God is Old Saxon and Old Frisian, right? And it's
Mhm.
also Old Dutch.
Say
And Got,
old. Say old heathen.
Old, and Got, G-O-T, is Old High German. And mind you that right there said it is cognates in other Germanic languages, including Gothic, Norse, Old Saxon, Old Frisian, Old Dutch, and Old. The old, I often say Old Deutsch, Old Dutch, and High German. All of these are Germanic languages. It tells you clearly that the word God derived from a Proto Germanic language. There is no Hebrew word God, right?
Nope.
The Proto Germanic. Well, there's a Hebrew word God, like the tribe of Gad, right? But not.
Mm,
It doesn't
mm.
mean. It doesn't mean this here, right?
Yeah, that's not a derivative. I would say
Yeah,
that's
it's
not a
not
derivative.
cognate. It's not cognate. Cognitive. The Proto-Germanic meaning of Guden and its etymology is uncertain, right? But it is. But they have traced it to Proto-Germanic. That's far as it goes, right? It said it is generally agreed that it is derived from a Proto-Indo-European, a
That's what I'm
neuter
saying.
a neuter perfect participle, a neuter passive perfect participle. A perfect participle in linguistic terminology is nothing more than a past tense verb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got a good tone, right? This form within late Proto Indo European itself was possibly ambiguous and thought to derive from the root gehu, meaning to pour or to libate. The idea gehu, to call or to invoke. Sanskrit hitu, Sanskrit hutu, having been sacrificed from the verb root hu, sacrifice, but a slight shift in translation give the meaning one to whom sacrifice are made. It's a slight shift in the translation now. Depending on which possibility is referred, the pre Christian meaning of the Germanic term may either have been in the pouring case of a libation or that which is libated upon like an idol. You see how the shift in translation is shifting? Or as Watkins opines in the first instances to the spirit imminent in a burial mound, or in a evoke case, invocation prayer compared to meaning of Sanskrit Brahmin, a Brahmin or a god, right? Or that which is invoked. And you got Gut, name from the Gatham. I'm going to fast forward some of this, right? I want to focus right here on Wodenaz, right? Some variant form of the name Odin, Woden, like Wednesday, right? Woden's Day, Wodenaz, right? Some variant form of the name Odin, such as the Lombardic Godan, may point to the direction that the Lombardic form actually comes from Proto Germanic, the Goldenaz, the Wodenaz, or the Wodinaz is the reconstruct of the Proto Germanic name of God, of Germanic paganism, people, known as Odin in Norse, and was adopted, restrained by the Germanic people of the British Isles as the name of their deity, in luau to the Latin Dios, used by the Latin speaking church after conversion to Christianity. As we
That's
go down here to
deep.
it says the complex. You have something you want to say? True.
No, no, I'm listening. I'm saying that what you were saying. That's deep. You find that on Wikipedia. You went deep.
Yeah. So the word Odin, Woden, right? Mind you that the O in ancient languages, the O, the U, and the W was the same alphabet, right? So Woden or Odin, right? Or Uden
Mm-hmm.
or Wooden, mind you that a U and the double U, right? Same thing. It's the
Mm-hmm.
O. And the
Right.
long O in the U is identical. So you got Woodenaz, Odinaz, Woodenaz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some variant forms of the name we got there. Let's go to the next paragraph. It says during the complex Christianization of the Germanic tribes of Europe, there were many linguistic influences upon the Christian missionaries. One example, post downfall of the Western Roman Empire, are the missionaries from Rome, led by Augustine of Canterbury. Augustine's mission to the Saxons in South Britain was conducted at a time when the city of Rome was a part of the Lombardic kingdom. Wow. The name God is pagan. And we
Pagan.
as Israelites we should call on strictly Yahweh Elohim. And the name God shouldn't even be coming out of our lips. The
Nope.
translated Bible, which they brought on their missions, were generally influenced by the Germanic tribes they were
Pagan.
in contact with, chief amongst them being the Lombards and the Franks. The translation for the wordias of the Latin was influenced by the current usage of the tribes for their highest deity, namely Odin or Woden, by angels. By angles, mean not angels, angles, meaning the Anglo-Saxons, right, of Angoland, the
Mm,
Angles from Angoland, which came to be Ingoland of the Anglos, right, the
hmm.
Anglo-Saxons. So you got the name, namely Woden by the Anglos, the Saxons, and the Jutes, which were the Franks
Now,
of North, Central, and Western Europe.
now give
And
me, give
go,
me, give me, give me a, give me a, give me a timeline of this. Like you said, with the third, fourth century, fifth century
yeah,
AD.
this was after this here part had taken place after the
Mm,
fourth century. It's going to in the next paragraph. It's going to let you know exactly what's up. Uh, the angles, okay, you're okay. There are many instances where the name God and Wotan are contracted to God and Wad, right? One
mm,
instance is the Wild Hunt, aka Wotan's Wild Hunt, where Wotan is used, name God, and Wotan are contracted to God of wood. Oh, I'm sorry. Where the name is used. And I want to look in this source right here in 3 and 4.
hmm. Dropping some jewels.
It says, see the chant in the medieval and early folklore section of the Wikipedia entry for Woden. And this is an entry, ancient document that shows us clearly where Woden and Goten was called Wad and God, right? One was High German and one was Low German. I think
Mm,
Wad was High German. I think Wad might have been High German. What? Or we could read it here. What? Wad was might have been High German and God might have been Low German, or vice versa, something like that. The earliest usage of the word God in Germanic writing is often to be in the Gothic Bible or Walfalla Bible. Remember I told y'all about Bishop Walfalis?
that you did.
But they also called him Bishop Ophalis. Remember I told you the W, U, and O was
Hmm.
interchangeable.
That's right.
So the earliest usage of the word God in Germanic writing, often cited to be in the Gothic Bible or the Walfalla Bible, which is the Christian Bible translated by Bishop Orpheus, right? It says Orpheus, but Orpheus is waffle,
Hmm.
Waffleus, right? Orpheus, let me
Definitely,
get back.
definitely, definitely
Take that.
find some heat there. I can tell you that much.
Uh, Translated by Orpheus. Oh God, I'm trying not to. I wasn't trying to go all the way to the site. I was just trying to read that pop up there. Okay, Orpheus, also spelled Orpheus and Orphila, all Latinized formed of the attested Gotten Warphila, literally little wolf, was a Gothic of Cappadocian Greek descent who served as a bishop and missionary,
Mm,
participated in the Arian controversy, and is credited with the translation of the Bible. It is Bishop Warphalus who gave you the word God,
like you better
right?
put that in the chat.
Oh,
Save that.
you say put it in the chat.
Yeah, save that or inbox me that. Definitely inbox me that. I'm gonna remember this article.
So you have Bishop Orpheus is who created the word God, and he took it based off of the Germanic name for their Germanic deity Odin. That was they didn't have no concept of God prior to Bishop Orpheus. There was no word in the Germanic language that could translate properly as Yahweh and Elohim, or even Dios, right? So Bishop Orpheus in the Gothic language, spoken by the early Germanic or Gothic tribes, the oldest part of the Gothic Bible contained in the Codex Argenteus, are estimated to be from the 4th century. Remember I told you that?
Yep,
From the
you
4th
said that.
century. During the 4th century, the Goths were converted to Christianity, largely through, then you notice the word Goth, that's another word for God too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Goth, Gothic, Gotham, like as in Batman's Gotham City, right?
Yep.
Were converted to Christianity, largely through the efforts of Bishop Orpheus, who translated the Bible into the Gothic language. In Necropolis ad Istrum, in today's northern Bulgaria, the word Gouda and good were used for God in the Gothic Bible.
Mm-hmm. We gotta remember. Yeah, although you were saying, from reading it, converted to. People like think that means a good thing. Converted to. No, converted meaning absorbed into. Just let them know that
Yeah,
absorbed into. It became part of Christianity.
yes, it was absorbed into Christianity as the great true DOA has prescribed.
I just gotta like remember when you was talking about earlier. He breaks. You gotta he break thoughts. There, as he break thoughts. They use words against us when you don't pay attention to it, and it may make you think a meaning of a different way. But if you bring it back to clarity,
Hey, Water Blue, I'm gonna need your number again, man. You gotta call me because I had a virus in my phone. Someone uh gained control of my phone and actually locked me out of my phone, man, with a virus. The same virus that's in my computer, I believe. But and so therefore I'm not able to get back in that phone. I had to go buy another phone. And all of my contacts and everything is in that phone. So you gotta call me again, brother, so I can be connected like AT&T.
well, you got about 3 minutes left. You might as well close this one out so we can rewatch this one. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, we're going to close this one on out. Old brother Water Blue is hanging in with us. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to close this out. I'm going to ask the Most High to watch over us. Most High protect us. Most High bless us with your Holy Spirit, your Ruach HaKodash. Most High Yahweh Eloheinu, our spirit, our strength, our power. We ask you to endow us with your power, Eloheinu. We ask you to strengthen us and to open our eyes so we can see clearly your Hebraic thought that you have passed down to our ancestors to deliver to us in these trying times. We ask you to open up the eyes of our brothers and sisters, Most High Yahweh, as we leave this social media platform. I'm going to say amen, amen. And as I close out, I'm going to say Ani Ohibu Antam, Yisraelim Mishpachah, meaning that I love you, Israelite family.
Family.
And I will pass the mic to True and allow him to close out. And we're going to be out of here, brothers and sisters. See you again tomorrow, I hope. If not tomorrow, the next day for certain. Look for me to post it, when we'll be coming up. I'll be giving you a heads up. And don't forget to subscribe.
That's right. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Close out, True. Take the mic.
Then I'm gonna say it in English, peace, and I'm gonna say it in Hebrew.
There it is. Shalom Walela Tov.